Hello. As promised, because I've had quite a big gap from YouTube, because I've not been well, I'll just start off by saying I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be back offering what insight I can into anything. Now this video specifically is going to be on anxiety. Anxiety can be a whole range of things. It is completely unique to the person. It could be a side effect of their mental illness, a side effect of an addiction, a side effect of a life circumstance, a big life circumstance happening. So there's kind of like anxiety on a level where it's expected, and these are the levels like where you go for job interviews, you sit exams. They're what we'd all call normal anxieties. Now, the troublesome ones, which I suffer, and I'm taking it, if you're watching this video, you suffer, is the ones where you can just be sat there, and then the next minute your chest is pounding out. You feel like it's pounding out your heart's pounding out your chest. Shallow breath, can't eat, struggle to sleep, and someone will say, "Well, what's a trigger?" And you've got no idea. And it's about trying to find ways to cope. Now, for me, the biggest one, there's two big ones really. The first one is to talk to somebody about it. I'd like to think you've got someone in your corner that you can talk to. If you haven't, like I always say, my inbox is always open. And then I think distraction as well. Distraction is one that's really helped me. And sometimes it's called changing the emotion. That's what got taught to me in therapy. And it's like if I'm feeling anxious about something, I'll watch something funny on YouTube to completely take my mind off it, like Impractical Jokers, Two and a Half Men, some of my all-time favourite shows. So it's kind of about accepting that the anxiety is there and accepting that it will pass eventually. It's horrible. I can completely empathise with you. I fully get it. I really do. It's a horrible, horrible feeling. It's debilitating because one thought leads on to the next, to the next, to the next. And if there's anything, and I mean this in a positive way, take comfort out of looking at me on video. I'm a regular 31-year-old man. You look at me and you probably don't see someone who suffers horrendous anxiety. And that's it. You can't judge it. And it's not a sign of weakness either. It's not a sign of, a man's weak if he's got anxiety and stuff and he can't speak up about it. It's 2021 and it's about time we all pulled together as a society, as men and women, and united and accepted anxiety. If you've seen a therapist, obviously speak to your therapist about it. Psychiatrist, psychologist. If you're an inpatient, bring it up. And like I say, your anxieties will be very specific to you, and that's what I've found. I've found that I've come across people who have similar anxieties when they're happening, but they're never exact, and that can make you feel quite isolated. And that, to me, that's the element of the anxiety that, unfortunately, I won't say get used to it, because I think that's the wrong word. I'd say manage it. I think that's a big one. It took me a while. I used to hide behind a bottle to manage my anxiety, but 7 acute admissions later, and a rehab. Just 1 second. Sorry about that. Thank you. Basically, someone was just doing their hourly checks. So yeah, I wanted this video to be about 7 minutes, but it's looking like it's going to be longer. So I forgot my chain of thought now. Yeah, that's it. It's about accepting the anxiety without trying to push it away. I hid behind a bottle, and that was a solution for me, because I'd be anxious, I'd get smashed, forget everything, and then I'd wake up the next day with a completely different anxiety. And then what was the solution to that? Getting smashed. Now, I've had my fair share of problems with drinking, so I'm not here to preach, but I've been sober now for 3.5, 4 years, and that's not just because I've been institutionalised now for 3.5 years, because a big chunk of it has been done as an informal patient. So I've had plenty of opportunity, but I've just resisted the urge, because I know mind-altering substances, in the moment they help, but they don't. They make things worse, and I wish it had taken me longer than getting to my late 20s to work this out. But I'm not saying you can't drink. I'm just, that's just me personally. Like I said, it's your anxiety will be as unique as your DNA and your fingerprint, and it's just a horrible, horrible feeling. So what I'll do is I'll make this video 8 minutes, because what I'm doing is I'm trying to get crash course in, and I'm trying to get everything in that I want to. So, recap. Anxiety. Your normal anxieties. Expected. Second one, if you're suffering from irrational anxiety for no apparent reason, don't panic. You're not the only one. There is help out there. Speak to someone that you can trust. Try and distract yourself, or ring up your psychologist or your psychiatrist. And those are the steps that I would say to manage anxiety. Try not to push it away, but just accept it's going to be there and pass. And then I feel like you've got a much, much better chance. I hope I've been of some use, and I hope you can get more from some of the videos. Thank you.